If You Say Show is disillusioned with our present government and interested in other political ideologies. We interviewed Marika Pratley and Ian Anderson from the Workers' Party and asked them why they felt the left was weak in Parliament.
Well, not just in Parliament. I think the left is always weak in Parliament, but the reason it's been strong historically hasn't been because of Parliament, it's been because of the strength of unions and workers' organisations. And I think the attacks on workers' organisations in the 80s and 90s mean that there isn't really a mass base for the left. So orientation towards the Labour Party or towards parliamentary parties isn't the way to go. It's about building a mass movement and organising people in everyday life.
And I think another part of it is just a basic thing of educating the left of New Zealand about economics, so they understand Marxist politics and understand why there is a need to be involved with activism and why you need to have direct action rather than having faith in bureaucratic processes or going into situations in a workplace where you have partnership with the management and stuff, and kind of going beyond that and really pushing for what is entitled to be yours.
What is the fundamental philosophy of the Workers' Party?
Well, we believe that capitalism should be overthrown and replaced with democratic workers' control. Mm-hmm. So to achieve that, we think people need to get organised and fighting for basic workers' rights and fighting beyond that for any kind of control over production or impact on production.
Can you tell us about what campaigns you're presently involved with?
Yeah, we've got sort of three main campaigns going on right now. There's the local campaign, which is our water not-for-profit one, which is about water metering, which is an attempt basically by council to make profit off water. It's old-fashioned corporatisation. It's a user pays charge for water, treating it as a tradable commodity. The other campaigns we've got going is we've got a national one which we're supporting the campaign for a $15 minimum wage and to tie it to the average wage in future. And the third campaign we've got going is an international solidarity campaign with the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, which is a secular Marxist organisation in Palestine. They want the establishment of a free Palestine, sort of one person, one vote, a democratic state. And we're raising funds for them by selling t-shirts.
We heard that recently you took part in a flag burning incident at Victoria University.
The reasons why we did that were to show that we saw the flag as a symbol for New Zealand imperialism. Mm-hmm. So because it was done around the same time as Anzac Day, so it was kind of like we did a speech before we did it, and made it very clear that we didn't support New Zealand troops in Afghanistan, that we didn't agree with why all the wars that those soldiers have been involved with have been wars of imperialism and kind of serving what the state wants and what the New Zealand state wants rather than what maybe the people of New Zealand might have wanted.
And it's a bit of a barrier to revolution. Nationalism is a bit of a barrier to revolution in imperialist countries, because you can get the idea that workers in New Zealand are sort of allied with their bosses or with the people who send them to war, rather than being allied with workers in other countries. And really, in order to overthrow capitalism in the first world, people need to recognise that they have interests in common with workers in every country, and that
and with migrants as well.
That they don't have interests in common with their bosses.